Test, test. Test, test.
Well, let's see if people can hear me when I talk.
You do hear me here on TeamSpeak, yeah?
Yeah, I hear it on TeamSpeak. There seems to be quite a long delay between TeamSpeak and the stream.
Yeah, I've said it.
Did you say test twice?
No, I said it once, and it should come through in the Twitch stream as well.
Yeah, it was a good 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah, it's quite long. I don't know why. I've got it to 0 delay, so...
Yeah, I think sometimes it does do that. Yeah, you have to make sure that if you're watching the stream, which you probably aren't, that it's muted.
Yes, yeah.
Look at that, we are golden. Here we are going to be talking about preparedness. We are so unprepared.
I should maybe have done this earlier today. But it's okay, it seems to be decent right
Luckily,
now, so... Except that odd long delay on Twitch at the moment.
Yeah, that's fine though, because that give them give us a chance to just carry on, and then when people type stuff, we can come back to whatever they want to say. Look at that. We're up to 12. I suppose this means I need to start talking, doesn't it? So welcome to the first EU podcast since we last did the podcast, which was all about the class balancing, the class balance patch. Myself, Smeger and Grobo are here to talk about a range of different things, from the 15-year anniversary right the way through to end game RVR. If you want to say a quick hello, Grobe.
Hello there.
So I think the first thing I wanted to talk about was definitely the 15-year anniversary. It's amazing to think that I was playing this game 15 years ago and the thing's still going today, and I do see that quite a lot on my stream when I'm streaming, people going, I can't believe this game is still actually running. We do try and encourage people to come back, and I think the 15-year anniversary has been a fantastic thing for the game. A lot of people got emails on closed accounts asking them to come back, but free 30 days isn't very often you get that, is it? And also including the 100% bonus has made a massive impact on the number of people we've seen in game, and also round points earned, which is always fun. Lots and lots of fights, lots of action, which has been great for the game. And there was a tournament going on throughout the month as well. Let me see if I can copy the link. There we go. I knew I'd get there in the end. There's the tournament leaderboard as it stands, which I believe is as it's finished.
Yeah, it must
be
quite finalised.
We do have our final winners. There was 3 winners for the keep capture winners. Jinx, the heretic from Alb, with 174 captures. Sione, the huntress, with 210, and Command Bling with 472 keep takes, which is fantastic. Really busy on Hib and pretty decent on all the other realms as well. We also have our solo kill winners, and this surprises me. I hear a lot in game of people saying, "Oh, solo game is dead, nobody can solo anymore." Well, Kenko the infiltrator managed to find 418 solo kills, so I think he did relatively well. 6, the Shadowblade, got 775 solo kills. I think that's too much to complain about. And Roxy the Veilwalker, not often I was expecting to see another sneak up there, but we've got a Veilwalker up there for Hib.
Yeah, that was awesome.
510 kills. Yeah, I think Veilwalkers are a really strong class. I must admit, I've fought them a few times, and a well-played Veilwalker is very hard.
I've run into him as well. It didn't end well for me. He plays really well.
And then we have our skill index winners. A lot of people have been saying, how is the skill index working? How's it worked out? And I've always wondered that myself, because we have no clue of the formula either. This is something they kept nice and sneaky. And I would imagine it's probably to do with kills and RPs earned and timing gained and that kind of thing. So we have Yama the Minstrel with a huge score of 80,855. InterQ Lols, the healer, with a score of 51,860, and Pharmacist the Bard with a score of 68,150 as well. So that's some really high scores there. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, that 80,000 is, the top 3 are huge. Some of the top 5 also top 4 are 50,000 plus, and then the drop off goes down. But yeah, it's amazing to see those high scores from people, and even better than that, I think it's the top 10 from each realm will be receiving the 15-year Camelot poster. Which is looks very interesting. So I'm sure those people are going to be pleased to receive that when it comes through the mail. And I know people on Post Count have already been saying, "I'll buy it off you." Probably not going to happen, to be honest. I think that will be going in a frame and up on the wall.
Yeah, so don't forget to check your emails associated to your accounts. If you were in the top 10 within the coming, I'm not sure about the time frame, but should be soon, where they ask you for your mailing address.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to miss out on one of those posters. Groborthir, what UI do you use? Also, can you adjust the font size for each window?
For what?
Can you adjust the font size for each window? Oh, I think it means the text size. You can.
Yes, you can.
The windows, you can.
And the UI
adjust the size.
UI I'm using is Ghost UI, and I'm about to die.
You're being chased down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to use Ghost UI, but was never 100% sure if it was catching my the speed with which, when I started playing a healer, the speed with which I was getting in trouble, or rather my group mates were getting in trouble. So I went back to the game one. But I do like Ghost, I must admit. Oh, looks like you're going to be doing quite well here. I should stop watching the stream and just talk.
Keep talking.
So yes, the 15-year anniversary was fantastic. Very, very good.
It was really good.
Going on. Lots of people in game at all times. Some massive realm points earned by a lot of different people on different realms, which has been fantastic for the game. Lots of people asking for help and how do I do this? What do I need to do next? Where do I need to go? So we thought we'd have a little bit of a chat about the end game RVR. That's what people want to come out and play. They want to get 50. They want to get out there killing stuff. So let's talk about 50. You hit 50. What do you do then? God, it's all changed. I know when I initially left, when Toa came out, it was PvE, 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 and then I came back and I was like, my God, I can buy master levels. This is amazing. So being able to, that's one of the main steps for RVR readiness, is having those master levels. They do make a big difference. I was told the other day that if you don't go all the way to 10, you're actually worth slightly less RPs. Never realised that. Just goes to show you learn something new all the time. And master levels, they can be bought with bounty points or glass, which you can get from doing the quests. There is a new quest line that came out for gaining the glass. I've always found it easier just to ask someone to buy me some. Find someone reasonably high realm rank who's on at the time and go, do you think you can get me? I'm just coming back to the game. And most people in Dayok, very helpful. They're willing to give you bounty points. At the end of the day, bounty points are really much use for anything else at the moment. And 35,000 for someone who's got a couple of million isn't a big deal, really. Not very often I get called a silky smooth voice. Thank you. I'm impressed with that. So that's the master levels. I think you need, 35,000 glass, or about the same in bounty points. I'm sure that's what it is. But it's always easy to just ask someone. Most people are quite willing to help you out. Some people might charge you for it. Some people might just give them free. It all depends. Personally, when I've leveled a character to 50, I keep my bounty points and I use them for my champion levels, because there is nothing worse than having to grind champion levels.
Oh, indeed. I do the exact same thing.
And then one of my first steps every time I log on is trying to get through games. I will go to EV, probably die 2 or 3 times trying to get it.
Oh, but it's worth it.
Eventually get it. Yeah, definitely, and especially at low realm rank. 75% bonus is huge.
Yeah.
Even if you just get 1 kill. And I think it's a bonus to realm points and bounty points.
And bounty points as well.
Yeah, so if you're doing, I mean, I always do the supplies for the cause quest, run around and do that a few times, and if there's a bonus on as well, you're even better, because at, during the 15-year anniversary it was 100% bonus, and I think it's currently a 50% bonus. I'm not sure if that's the bounty points as well. I'll have to read that and check. Maybe Carol is there and she can type in the stream. She is there. Is she going to say, is it 50% bonus to bounty points? Anyway, so yes, I do that quest and run around and do it a few times, get myself 10 or 15,000 bounty points, which is relatively quick to do, to be honest. You just collect the sticks and the boxes from the mazes, and Bled or Beano or Crouch. Quite a quick run round, do a loop a few times, who knows, you might even get into a fight. And then go to the relic town, and you're able to buy yourselves champion XP scrolls. They're not called that, they're called bounty master scrolls. Put yourself to a keep. I normally go to Knockmore because it gives you a slightly larger bonus because it's a keep.
Yep.
And then just use those scrolls, and that quickly goes through your champion levels. I think it's probably close to 30,000 bounty points from champ level 1 to champ level 15.
Yeah, you can actually do it with less if you use a lot of, those Orion spell, for example, has an XP bonus on it. There's also these lucky charms from the, I believe, St. Patrick's event. Gives you a 10% XP bonus. And of course the guild buff, so you can do it with a little bit less than 30,000.
Yeah, exactly. So it's always good. Plus, you're out there actually exploring the RVR zones, which is nice, and getting to know what times of day is a good time to go out and do the supplies, and what time isn't a good time, because sometimes it is very busy. So one thing I did miss on saying about was the King's Epic. Obviously, when you get to 50, you might not want to be going out and spending 200 or 300 making yourself a template, or you might not have all the items to be able to make yourself a template initially. So you can go to the King and he'll give you a set of armour, and there's gems and weapons and all that stuff. It's not fantastic, but it's pretty damn decent, and I know quite a few people who just use that, change the weapon or change a necklace or change a gem. And they're quite happy to run around in that, and it does give good stats and survivability. You don't have a million uses, however, not necessarily needed depending upon what type of play you're going to be doing.
And if you have a surplus of bounty points, I believe, you can buy the new improved King's armor. I believe it's called Illustrious. It costs bounty points and will give you a slightly higher caps to your stats and a few uses, I believe.
Yes, I did see there was a new merchant in the throne room last time I went there.
Yeah, so
just to the left-hand side of the King with a whole new
so that's all
range
a good
of
start.
Weapons. Yeah, and there's nothing to stop you from spending a few bounty points on those weapons just to get yourself that little bit closer. Hello, Fox Run. I'm glad you're here. So, there's your temp, basic temp, until you find one. Post count is normally a good place, or find someone else who's playing the class that you're playing, who you think, I'm going to ask you, what's your temp like? Sometimes people will share them, not always, because, temps are a very personal thing, especially if you've made it yourself. You don't want to be sharing that with everybody. But some people, they go, I got it from Post Count, here's a link, or here's where I got it from. And a few weeks of RVRing and the money soon rolls in. Sorry, I'm afraid I do talk quite a lot. It's just one of those things you're gonna have to put up.
It's good, you have to. I'm trying to focus on this as well, the stream, and reading chat in the middle of it.
So this is the relic town. Just put it to the relic town. Gonna go and have a look at housing.
I'll pop back in a second. I just went to pick up a potion. which we
Perfectly.
can talk about
This is
later.
what we call smoothly moving on. So we've done our basic temp, we've done our master levels and our champ levels, and now we're going to talk about potions. Very nice house. Is this your house?
That is my house.
I do believe there is going to be a podcast coming up about housing relatively soon, about making a house and how to place it and how to decorate it and all those kind of things. And I see you've been quite busy decorating yours.
Oh, I love it. I'm obsessed with the trophies.
Yes, I love the new trophy. The new trophy is huge. It kind of looks like it just takes up my whole front garden. Grobo Harmon is saying hello.
Hello, Harmon.
Have you got the 15-year trophy at your house?
Oh yes, I'll show that in a second.
Yeah, we're going to have a look at that in a second. So you're buying, is that a water pot I saw you in there?
Yeah, I need to swim quicker and not drown.
Yeah, so if you're running solo, or if you don't have a sojourner in your group, a school, or a bard, or a minstrel, then, having that water pot, this is one of the important things to be having, so that you can actually move at some speed through water instead of horrific speed. So you have your water pots, you have your endo pots, which gives you your permanent running. Let's have a look. Is this going to be the house? Yeah, so you have your endo pots, which gives you permanent sprinting so long as you have long wind run. And look, there it is, 15-year trophy. That's fantastic. I was so impressed when I went to pick mine up. I struggled the first time because I don't know, there was something going on with my account. But then the second time I went back, I was like, yes, I've got one. Quick, where can I put it? And I did go and stick it right down beside my front door. So, endo pots, water pots. What's next? Well, supremacy pots. Everybody loves a supremacy pot. These are the new potions that came in quite recently, along with celerity pots and restoration pots. And these, I won't say replace buff pots, but they pretty much replace buff pots, which has been, I think, quite a big changer for a lot of people who don't have to rely on having two accounts to be able to compete in the game, as long as you're willing to spend a bit of time or a bit of plaque getting hold of the resources you need. There was another trophy that we saw on the wall and a big poster.
Alright, I wanted to show the relic town as well, which I'm at now.
So this is the starting point for RVR. When you port into New Frontiers RVR, this is where everybody takes off from. And have a quick look round. All of your trainers are here, so when you rank up and you get some realm skill points to spend, you can literally go here. You don't really need to leave New Frontiers unless you need to go and get potions.
Want to see the portal ceremony as well?
Yeah, we can do the portal ceremony. So
I'll die on EV, but I can show it.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, not the dying part, obviously. Well, I don't know. So, yes, there is this portal ceremony here, which was brought back in after lots of changes and revisions, and this takes you to a safe port on the central part of New Frontiers. It used to be called Agramon, is now called Elan Benin. EV we called it, just to make it easy.
Yes.
I'm trying to read up on what people are saying. Oh, right, yeah. People were asking about where do they get the 15-year trophy. Mark is asking, is it too late to start fresh in this game? Definitely not. We've had lots of people. I've just recently had 2 people join my guild who came back to the game after, I think it was 8 years, they said. Quite a long time they were away. So this is where it ports you to the safe zone. Can you show us the map?
Oh yes.
Bottom right hand corner is the war map, and that will show us where we are. As you can see, Hib's been on a bit of a spree in EV in Alba at the moment. So anyway, yes, no, it's never too late to start in the game. The game is, lots of people are coming in, lots of people are playing the game. Can you move it a bit to the left, because it's just covered up by the chat window?
Right, forgot.
That's fine. You don't need to keep it up for ages. Or you can turn the chat window off for a minute.
I moved it.
Yeah, that neck check was funny, wasn't it? Having to sit and
yeah. No neck check. No neck check this time.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about checking your necklace. It's just a port after a set period of time, depending on how many towers. There's 3 towers around the central keep, and it depends on how many of those your realm owns. So this is a safe area. You can't get attacked at the top, but as soon as you come down those steps, you can. As you can see, the layout of what used to be the old Agramon has changed quite considerably. This came in with a patch not too long ago. How long's it been? Chapter 10. When was that? Beach, you'll have to tell me when Chapter 10 was. It seems like ages ago now, but it wasn't actually that long ago. And then the tower that Grobo was just at is a portal tower, so you're able to port in. If your realm owns that tower, you can actually port into that tower and sort of hop past all the running across that used to happen.
I'm running to Bergain right now, if you can quickly describe what that is.
So when they changed the layout of Agramon into EV, and they brought in a new keep which is underground, which is the keep part in the centre. On top of the mountain they put up an obelisk, and it's called Bugain's obelisk, and it gives a bonus to realm points and I believe bounty points, possibly. I think it's just realm points and bounty points, but depending on your realm rank. Is it owned by Alba as well at the moment? Perfect, look at that.
It is.
So you literally just run up to it, right click it, and then look for the I'm suddenly Mez icon, and that's your little bonus. It shows you, if you hover over it, it shows you how high your bonus is and what you get. RP, BP, coin. There we go. Hello Nantrox, yes, it's Smeger talking. You should be used to my voice. Do you people not watch these EU podcasts? I know it's been a while since we did the last one, which was all about class balance, I must admit. Oh, very nice, Carol. Hi Nantrox. So, yes, Bugain's, it is a high action place. I'm quite surprised you made it there and back out again without seeing anybody. And as you can see, heading north towards Midland. Oh, there we go. This is one of the things that have changed. There's lots of sneaks, and they're quite strong as well at the moment. I love watching a good fight. Sometimes I will just stand back and watch a good fight if I see a good fight. I don't know if they need to just stop relying on two-hand, but then I think that's the way people have spec'd their Shadow Blades these days. Crit Blade. Ooh, look at this. It's a fight to the end. Wait for it. I'm waiting for it. Is it going to come? No, vanish. He's not going to vanish. He didn't vanish. Congratulations, good fight. Sorry,
I won something.
there because I was enjoying the fight there. So that was an interesting little fight. That Shadowblade probably thought, yes, I've got this one. Yeah, maybe not, mate. So after you get your game buff, it's back out, especially at the start, and that's when you can go back out and start collecting your rubble, getting your bounty points and things like that. And obviously, the lower the realm rank, the more of a bonus you get. From realm rank 1 to 4, you get 75%, and then as soon as you hit 4, it goes to 50%. So I have, before getting towards the end of my running time, I've got 3-9, and I've just RP'd off, because then I know the next time I come on I'm going to get 75% for 2 hours. It does persist through death, which is brilliant. I think a lot of people were pleased about the change they made, because it was supposed to disappear when you died, but then they changed it so that it persisted through death. Because there's a number of times I've gone to get it and died as soon as I've got the actual buff itself. So we're going to talk about the zones. We've just visited EV, and as you can see, Grobo's now taken himself off into Midland. The T-shaped, upside down T-shaped map has, in the top left-hand corner above the green keep, you can see there is a keep called Not More Fast, and that's kind of the staging point for people in Midgard. It's no longer a capturable keep. That is just a keep. That's where all the buff bots are. That's where all the groups are made. That's where people port out of to get out further into RVR. The keeps of Bledmere, Beano and Crouch have been changed as well, so they are capturable, but they're no longer completed keeps. They are what is called ruined keeps now, along with the 2 towers that they have, and that is a porting point, so an enemy can take that and they can port in, or if you have your own realms, you can port into it and move on from there. Not everybody strafes. I don't strafe. I don't know. It must be a knack I've never mastered. Whenever I strafe,
I cannot
always
do it
seem
either.
to I never. It just turns around and goes, "You missed because you were strafing."
Yep.
I'm just not going to bother. Those ruined keeps have become quite an interesting place. There's been a lot of, I won't say controversy, but people love them, people hate them. I think they're an interesting thing, not my personal choice, but I think they were an interesting idea to try for a lot of people. I think it changed the way a lot of people play the game. I mean, this game has become very much a quick port. We can get from here to there and here to there in relatively short space of time to avoid those horrible mobs that just try and catch you on the hop. And the weird thing about these is there's 3 sets actually, a neutral and then aggro and then a neutral set as well. So I think if you're in a 1v2, I think you would probably have to be a bit more fluid and a bit more moving, wouldn't you? Because otherwise you're just going to be permanently side stunned.
Oh yes.
So Grobo's run along the river. It's coming up on the central keep of Midgard. This is Glen. It's going to be up on the left-hand side, on the other side of the river. You can just see the docks over there. This is quite an active place. Grobo came last time from the south side of here, up into mid-Maze. We've got Glen on your left, and then on your right-hand side there's the Passage of Conflict. which is quite a good place for leveling or doing the new cloaks. People have been very impressed with new cloaks that came out very recently. I've seen quite a few of those in templates and people running around. I think the artwork on them is fantastic. So here we are going into the mid-maze. This is quite an active place. Tends to be more small man stuff, solo stuff. There are times when it does get quite busy with 8-mans do come over. I don't know why, but I've always found mid-maze to be busier than
this is
or hid-maze.
mainly why I'm here, because it tends to be more action in mid-maze for some reason compared to
strange, isn't it?
compared to Alp and Hip.
Yeah, it's a good place to come for a little bit of action. And
great place for solo and small men as well.
Yeah, I tend to play on mid. I just do play on mid. I don't really play any other realms. And you do hear people going, "Oh, I'm getting ganked again," but that's one of the things that happens when you're in an RBR zone. Oh, look, can you see? There's a pumpkin patch that's still up at the moment.
Oh right, I'll go back there quickly. Is that still up?
It was, yes, it was left and behind you.
Yeah.
Just collecting some of those supplies, some of those rubble rather, for the supplies for the cause quest. Look at that, done 40 minutes and I haven't stopped talking yet.
It's good. Perhaps we should talk a bit about the Halloween event then.
Yes, so the Halloween was fantastic.
It was good this year, really good.
I know, I mean, I don't know that many people who did the helmet quest, because that used to be the whole point of it, did the helmet quest.
Yeah.
But this year, there's been some interesting potions, the trick-or-treat potions that you've got from killing those mobs you saw by that pumpkin patch.
I can try and get
you had
one.
to get, which was fantastic. I was running around as a giant beaver with spikes all over my back and a massive grin on his face, which was hilarious. We were just being very silly in Not the other week, and that was just so funny. And people were running around as Legion, which was just so much fun to see those different things. And they also drop butter toes, and if you get all of the butter toes, which you got from from these mobs, you get the butter toes. Then you would be able to go and get the quest reward, which was, I believe, a pet of a pussycat. There was a million pussycats everywhere, all over.
Yes.
EV and New Frontiers, and you could get one as a pet if you collected, I think it was 5 butter toes. I didn't see any potion there. Typical.
No, didn't get one.
And the great thing about options was you were able to, over the 3 days of Halloween, you were able to target another player and turn them into something. So yes, that was just so much fun, turning other people into Legion or a land shark or that massive beaver. I don't know which one it's from. I'm sure someone said it was from Hib. I have no idea. And then not only have we had this for the Halloween event, there's also been an instance that was put up for, you're in trouble, run! There was an instance that was brought up for Halloween called the Mournful King, and that's been a hugely popular attraction for people. I wonder if I can find, let me see if I can find a video. Not off the top of my head, I can't. Oh, no. I'll leave Carol to find that. So there has been, that was fantastic. The items weren't new. They were items that were already in game, whether that was DF items or other types of weapons, commonly used weapons and things. And they just had new skins. So yes, we've had quite a few people in mid running around showing off, look, my new staff, I've got a new staff, which is, and they do look fantastic, I must admit.
Yeah, some of them are awesome.
But it was a very tricky encounter. A lot of people
Very
were just
hard.
like, yeah, it's PvE, it's day off, this is going to be a doddle, we'll run in with 8 and we'll just have any old 8 and
Yeah.
we'll do this in 5 minutes. And
how wrong they
I
were.
personally tried, I tried with a few of my guildies and a couple of randoms, and I've tried with other people in my alliance, and personally I haven't succeeded at all once, and I've probably done it 10 or 15 times, something like that.
I mean, once we figured out a really good setup for it, it became easier, but it's still really hard. You need to be so focused when you do it. And it's not a quick fight either, even if you have the perfect setup. But it's good.
Yeah, I'm trying to find
good with some challenging PvE. It's awesome. I loved it. I hear one of those new resource crates, by the way.
Sorry, went quiet for a minute there because I was looking for the Mournful King. That's what it was called. It wasn't called the Hallowed King.
Oh yes, the Mournful King.
There we go. Put the link up. So, yes, quite a few people who did it, and they were obviously quite impressed with themselves, and they put up, I do believe Alb was the first round to put up how it was done and how they were doing it, because, people were, they said on post count that they'd done it, and obviously there's always people who complain about stuff, and they were like, well, here you go, I'll show you how we did it. And even after being shown how to do it, we still weren't able to do it.
No, it's so hard.
You have. It's just about being hyper aware, being aware of your whole surroundings, being aware of what is happening, and it is definitely a tricky encounter. I believe it's only going for another 2 days, which is a bit of a shame. However, I'm not sure if I should say it, but Carol was talking about there might be something else along those lines coming in the pipelines, which would be fantastic, because I know it's been really. All of the rounds have taken part, all of them have found it tricky, and they've all managed to do it, groups or, alliances or whatever. I know Lovely did her Monday Night Madness doing it one week, and I'm not sure how well they got on or whatever, but yes, I know it's been a positive thing for a lot of people. Plus, there's nothing like being able to show off your skill by having a weapon that nobody else has got.
Yeah, I've got a few of them, and I'm so proud of them. Really love them. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I must admit, I think the mazes changed a lot when EV changed from Agramon to EV. I think they've tried to revitalise it with, you can see those supply crates that are around, and encouraging people to come out and collect those as well, which give you keys from the keeps, and there's also a chance for it to get the essences to make the potions, but also a chance to receive an actual potion itself, which one of my guildies was saying the other day. He'll come out and run around for a couple of hours, and he'll get 2 or 3 potions and a few essences and a few keys,
and they are scattered around all the coastal keeps. Yeah, is that true?
Yeah, I believe there's 9 locations for each
Yeah.
heat. It's either 6 or 9. But yeah, they are. That's another thing, and then that's a good thing because it tends to be done solo. You will tend to be running around on your own collecting those boxes, and who knows? Again, it's an RVR zone. You might well run into somebody else who's running around killing people who's collecting those boxes.
Yes. I'm heading up to Bledmere now to show a ruined keep. See how long I last there.
Yeah, that's right. I'm sure I can talk. It's not that far down to Bled. So after the anniversary month, they ended the 100% bonus, which was up, and it is now 50%, I believe, for the whole of this month, which is really good. Again, that promotes a lot of action.
It does.
People come out and they pug. They come out and they solo. They small man. Because they want to get those few kills, and those round points soon mount up. I know I've been making reasonable round points throughout the day, and in the USBGs I do run. Recently I've been tending to run just in the Anna Marie BG in Midgard, and then the US Primetime BG. Admittedly, that is a little bit late.
That is late,
yeah. The clocks changing have helped, because instead of midnight start time, it's been 11 o'clock start time.
Yeah.
Yes, it's been many years that I've been running with the USBG, and I do enjoy running with. I mean, that's my personal. That's where I tend to stick, is definitely with Zerg battles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know a lot of other people. I think EU daytime, I tend to do small man if I'm on. Get together with a few people in the alliance, or I might even do 8-man. I mean, it's not elite 8-man. It's just a group of people running around as an 8-man.
And that time slot is suitable for that sort of stuff.
Sorry, what was that?
That time slot is suitable for that kind of stuff, where you just relax and do some funny groups, funny setups, a small man.
Yeah, and it's definitely. I mean, it definitely keeps the interest alive in the game.
And here is Bledmere, one of the ruined keeps.
And as you can see, they changed the layout of the ground as well. This has got a recent revamp with a bit of twitching up and down and changing around, and the actual ground itself got some work done over to it, and the trees. And this is the Bledmere ruined keep, which is just permanently accessible. There's holes in the walls. There's siege towers up on the corners. You don't have to use a ram to break the door down anymore. And this is where you come to collect your boxes for the supplies for the cause quest. I'm sure I just saw a troll there. Was there a troll there? Oh, that might well be quick run. That might well be hero incoming.
I bet that was a stream snipe. Must be.
Here is the HIB BG that runs during EU daytime. So as you can see there was two mids running together. We had one solo and the EU BG, so it shows all different types of playstyles are active at the moment.
Yep. I'm soloing, admittedly not good at it, but you see small man, you see 8-mans, you see Zergs. In prime times it's all there and it's all busy.
This is the portal keep of Burke in Alb, which is no longer a capturable keep, but this is kind of the staging point for everybody. And going to Beano now. Vibes. Yeah.
Just waiting for Resurrection Sickness. So
as you can see, this is where everybody keeps all of they're buff bots. People still run buff bots, even though there's supremacy bots in the game. I don't think buff bots will ever end. A lot of people use them, and I have a buff bot as well, which I use. Don't tend to use it when I'm streaming because my computer says no, thank you very much.
I have the exact same problem, which is why I'm running supremacy potions now.
And also, when I need a BG, I don't tend to run a buff bot because it's just a bit too much hard work. So I just pop a potion and off I go. I do get through quite a few of these supremacy potions, but they are fantastic. And I see you're using, is that the Omni Regen potion as well?
Yes, when you solo, every little bit helps, so you get a bit of regen. I use power as well, so the power regen helps a little bit.
Yes, they are fantastic. A lot of the new potions that came in have made a big difference into how people run and how people play, and the ease of which you play. You no longer need to have 3 different potions for your healing and your power regen and your endo. You can use one for the whole lot. And, yeah, it definitely makes it a lot easier. All the keeps on fire. So let's have a look. What have we talked about? We talked about the champs. What do you do when you first come out to RVR? We talked about champ levels and master levels, and then your basic template. Had a little chat about pots and things. We talked about our 15-year anniversary and those fantastic posters that are coming to people's houses anytime soon.
Yep.
We've been watching Grobo run around killing and being killed, which is great to see. And see the amount of people that are out in the game. People say the game's dead. It's definitely not dead.
It's not dead, not at all.
And you can definitely, start from realm rank 1. I mean,
yeah.
I know a lot of people come out and get new games at lower realm ranks for the BGs. But yes, coming out to new frontiers at low realm rank is not an issue anymore.
No.
I know a lot of people used to say, get realm rank 5 before you come out to new frontiers. That's not such a big issue anymore because RPs do fly.
Thanks to Big A now, you really become realm versus realm ready in such a short time, especially low ranks up to rank 5 maybe.
Yes, I made a bone dancer quite recently. I'd hate to think how much playtime he has on it, not that long at all, a few days, and he's realm rank 6 already. Not my favourite toon, I must admit. I feel they're a bit weak, but that's personal opinion. So I don't play him anymore. Maybe that's just because I'm used to killing things with my warlock.
It's a difference between a rank 1 and a rank 12, surely.
Yes, I mean, I don't know. I think Bone Dancers are quite a tricky class to play.
It is.
And people were saying, the dots hit hard when you get to high realm rank, and I was like, I'm realm rank 6, and they're still hitting the same as what they were hitting when I was realm rank 2. So, look, there's mids down at Beano. This could be interesting. We've got a decent amount listening now. 40 people.
Nice.
Thank you very much. Good to see all these people on. Shows there is a lot of interest in the game.
Yeah, thank you for tuning in.
So quick thing about upcoming things. I mean, the last video I saw, which was the 15-year anniversary video talking about Halloween and those kind of things, with the little teaser at the end of the changes to Necromancer. It's been I would say an underplayed class in ALP for quite a long time because pet issues have become a big problem for quite a few classes. Necros, Bone Dancers, Spirit Masters, what realm on it? Hib has it. But I think those changes that could be coming up for Necros are going to bring interest back into those. So I'm looking forward to seeing those out in RVR, seeing if I can kill them any easier than I was struggling to kill them before the changes. And then there should be, I believe there's some RVR changes upcoming soon as well, which I believe could bring some more interest to the game. I know there was a podcast done about that with John and a lot of the Zerg leaders, which is always a positive thing. The more I think Broadsword have done a fantastic job with the game. They've done a lot of changes, put in a lot of interesting things. Not all people agree with them. Having said that, I think it's better than the staleness that EA had been running it at. Personal opinion, obviously.
Yeah.
This is just my opinion.
Yeah, mine is they are breathing new life into an old game, and that's wonderful. So what you can discuss is whether you can feel it's bad change or it's good change. For the most part, I love it.
Yes, I do. I think any change. I think I know when I first came back, you'd wait for those seasonal quests, and that was it. It's seasonal quest and then RVR, and that was it.
Yeah.
And there's been more stuff happening, I feel, recently in the last 2-3 years than had probably happened for a long time prior to that. I wasn't around for Catacombs or Labyrinth or any of that stuff, but after those things, I think the game kind of got a bit stale and it was very same all the time.
Yeah.
I think EA have Broadsword have done a good job of bringing new life to it, like you say, changing those things and bringing in tweaks.
I mean, just think of Ellen Vannon, what a massive change that was.
Yeah, that was such a huge change.
Enormous.
A game changer.
Yeah.
And that the Other Worlds quest was fantastic. I mean, that EV changed when the Chapter 10 came out for that, and the underground keep. Whoever thought we'd have a keep under the ground?
Yeah. And there's been some wicked fights down there as well.
Yes, I've had some very good fights down, both trying to do Chapter 10 and killing people or fighting with people who are doing Chapter 10. So yeah, I think those fights are something that we've got to look forward to into the future as well.
Oh yes.
So I think any RVR changes that are made, it's going to bring more interest to the game. So if you don't have an active account now, make one. There we go. I'll even put in the link so you can make one right away. I get the feeling I think we've covered pretty much everything I wanted to talk about, really.
Yep, I think so.
I'd like to say thank you very much to everybody for watching, and Smeger Grobo for running out and streaming for us, showing us, having a look around the different areas in the different zones. Currently in Hib, so we've had a tour of all 3 realms. You are in Hib, yes you are.
Yes, yeah.
So we've had a quick look at all 3 realms, the ruined keeps, the maze. Yeah, very, very good. Good to see the different areas. If you do have any questions, or if there's anything you'd like to know, do feel free to find me in game. I'm always on in mid somewhere, or stick a post up on Post Count. There's always people who will help you and who are knowledgeable about the game. Just going to watch this final fight.
They were not friendly.
Meanies.
Yeah.
Oh look, and there's a Belt Walker. We didn't actually go and see the chapter 10 keep.
Shall we do that and end on that?
Yeah, that sounds good. We can have a quick. Well, we
If I
can.
if I can
I'm
get
not in game
if
at
I
the
can
moment.
get there alive, I'll take the safe part though. Unless we have
Yeah,
ports
that's
to.
always the thing, isn't it? Is it possible to get there without actually getting killed? We didn't even talk about grouping or BGs or Zergs or. Maybe we can do that for the next one. Sorry, it did go quiet for a while there. I was looking for the podcast schedule to see what was happening next time. So the next one is on November the 13th with lovely Mason Sirik.
And here is the keep.
So there's two entrances to the underground keep, one on the east side, one on the west. You remember earlier we went to the right hand side of this and went up top to go to the gains and get the buff. This is the OW10 chapter keep. There is a mob in here. Well, there's 3 mobs in here. I always like the look of this guy under the ice. And there's a Mino relic on the ground. One thing you do have to be careful of when you try and take this keep is your Begains buff. Because if you go up there with a Begains buff on, probably 90% of the time you will die because it does give you a dot, which I believe they did to stop people farming the keep. But it does reset every 90 minutes, I think it is at the moment. The relic that's sitting there, that's it's called a Minotaur relic. They bring up a little icon on the Realm War map and have different bonuses. I believe one of them is on him. I think they all have a range of bonuses. I'm sure one of them is a siege relic. I think there's 4 in the frontiers. They give bonuses to realm points, to bounty points, to coin that's earned. Turn slightly larger on the screen so I can watch the fight. Is that a champ?
I think maybe
No.
a hero.
Yeah.
Yeah. A purchase down there. This is going to hurt.
I always love watching a good fight. There's something about it that just really thrills the bones.
Oh, IP.
Is that a healer weapon he's using, or is it one of the new skinned weapons? I don't know.
Too bad.
Sorry, we're still watching the end of the fight. I am. Ooh. Oh. That was a good fight, yeah.
Yeah.
He did have to do everything though there, didn't he?
I wish I had my perch up there. Would have been different, I think. But such is New Frontiers. It's awesome.
Well, thank you very much everybody for watching and listening to me blather on for an hour.
Yep, thanks a
Thank
lot.
you again, Grobo, for taking us around and showing us the different zones.
Oh, my pleasure.
And your lovely house. Time for us to sign off, and I hope you'll be listening to the next podcast, which is a US podcast, which is, I believe, for me, I think it starts at 1 o'clock in the morning or something, EU time. Well, UK time, should I say, because it's not really Germany side, French side time. But we will see you all again soon. Thanks very much.
Yep, bye-bye.